What's going on, everybody? It's Jimmy C. I think I am the last of the Mohicans from Big Apple Con to do the video. I've wanted to do it so bad, I've actually just not been in the mood to set everything up. But anyway, I broke out a little new background. I moved things around. I get the fish tank. So before I do Big Apple, I went to a show, it was probably a week or 2 weeks ago, one of the North Jersey shows, and I got a quick little batch. Did my usual thing, sold some books, and actually, I don't know if I sold a few books. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, this is all I grabbed in Clifton. Not Clifton, well, it was in a North Jersey show, but anyway, you know, it's so great. Like, you know, I have a list running of books, cool books I want just for myself. No, you know, they're significant, but nothing major. It's just books I want, I've never had, or I just like them for some reason or another. This dealer had like 6 of them. So all these books I got from one guy, and he's a nice old guy. He lives in Pennsylvania, and God, I don't know where he goes, but he's always coming up. I guess in Pennsylvania is like the honey hole for comics. But he finds books like you wouldn't believe. So anyway, I got a first Commandy. I'll tell you the price for all these afterwards. Commandy number 1. It's in pretty nice shape. It's like a VF. Can't go wrong with this book. Nice Kirby action. Again, second copy. I went from 0 to 2. I can never find this book, and I got another one. This one's about a F minus. First Witch Boy. Issue Demon number 7. I love this book. I think I'm going to be picking up some original artwork from this book coming up shortly at the show. I forget if I tell you guys. So there's a show in Secaucus. It's coming up in April. If you Google Secaucus comic art, you'll see it's in the Crown. Well, it's not the Crown Plaza anymore. But anyway, it's a great show. It's $10 to get in. It's cheaper than a museum. I recommend anyone in the tri-state area to go to this show. They do it twice a year. Even, you know, there's stuff to buy. There's stuff at all prices. There's stuff from $50 up to $50,000. But, you know, just to walk around and see some of those iconic covers that you grew up reading and loving, it's worth it. And you learn a little bit more about the art. Finally grabbed this. First appearance of Jack-O-Lantern. Cool book. Machine Man 19, last issue, I believe, if it's what he says is right. Grabbed this. My friend Nick showed me a page of art from this, and it made me think, oh shit, that's his first appearance. I should go get that book. So Luke Cage 19, first appearance of Cottonmouth. My friend Nick showed me the end page to issue 18, where you just see like somebody's hands and he kills a bum or something or other, and I'm like, oh man, that's who it is. Grabbed another copy, the Cameo Sabretooth. I don't know why I got this. If I could throw one fish back in the ocean from this batch, it would be this one. Like, I got 2 copies of this. I don't know why I bought it, because basically everything was half off, so it was $7. Grabbed this, first appearance of the second Zemo. It's a low grade. There's writing on there. I missed it in all the buying frenzy. This one's got past me. Otherwise, I would have thrown that one back too. And last but not least, another Mr. Miracle number 4. First appearance of Big Barda. I'm not loading up on these, but I do have about 3 or 4 of them. You know, I'm telling you, if you're just comic book speculation, where it's a cool Silver Age, Bronze Age first appearance, you know, Darkseid, Force World, Mr. Miracle, Big Barda's Mr. Miracle's wife, these are all cool books to get that, you know, maybe something comes of it. And last but not least, so my friend Nick, you know, the guy who gave me the 2 Aquaman books, he actually gave me a belated birthday gift. I refused him profusely, but he just stuck it in he threw it in my car. He gave me whatchamacallit, 9.6 First Carnage. Yeah, show him from telling the truth. 9.6 First Carnage. You know, he had like 10 of them. He's been selling them like monsters. So there's nothing I could do. I tell him I don't want it. Don't worry. He goes, no, happy birthday. I told him all I wanted was the CGC box, actually. And he goes, next time. But I didn't want the Carnage. What are you going to do? He told me sell it. But anyway, thanks to Nick. And then, okay, so moving on. Big Apple Con. I did, like everyone said, it was awesome. You know, I got in there early, and I'm walking around, and I'm finishing up my negotiations with a guy, and this guy asks him about his Spidey 50. And I looked at it, I'm like, wow, it wasn't that bad condition. And he said $250, and he got it for 2. I'm like, shit, I think I would have pulled the trigger on the Spidey 50 for 2. It was a solid 6.0, minimal color breaking. And it wound up being Erod because he heard me talking to the guy. He goes, "You Jimmy C?" I'm like, "Oh shit!" And it was Erod. So it was pretty cool. So I met Erod first, then I ran into Big Easy. I ran into Manny NYC, of course. Francis McMiniman. After that, Captain America. I don't know, it was eights and fives. I'm sorry, when you got numbers on your name, it's hard to remember. The only reason I know Erod 212 is because 212 is the New York area code, for those of you who don't know, so his is pretty easy to remember if you live here. And I also met Captain America's lovely wife. We talked for a few minutes. He actually bought one of my FF books off me. Hope he's happy with it. I missed out on Mike Seif and Greg's Comic Corners, and I know a couple others, I forget. So that stinks. I really would have liked to meet them. I saw a couple of the Riff Raff and Sparrows eating pizza in the corner, because I was there with two of my buddies for a minute. And what else? Actually, when I went to the show, all I was doing is selling. I sold $700. I sold all those slabs. Well, I didn't sell all of them there, but I sold a few of them there and a bunch of raw books. So I made $700, and I'll get to the reason why in a minute. But last but not least, actually, speaking about meeting all these guys up, I might be hooking up with ETA Nick. Hope he didn't want me to keep quiet about it, but he's going to be in New York next week, so we're trying to coordinate meeting up for lunch. That would be really cool. Love to meet that guy. And so one of the deals I did at Comic-Con, I bought four books in Big Apple Con. I bought Green Lantern #6. I got it for $40. I got the Green Lantern, the first Dr. Polaris, for $13. And I got two super high grade Spideys in the double digits. And I paid $70, which in hindsight I wish I didn't do it. But anyway, I threw those in with a batch of raw books that I sold as part of the $700 deal. So I don't even know if I made money on the deal with those books, because I couldn't compute it because I stacked them all together. But last but not, one of the dealers who I made the deal with, I wanted $500. He was at $375, so I could have got him up to $4. But I'm like, you know what? Let me see if I can grab some books off him. So I grabbed. He gave me $380, and then he also gave me a nice copy, mid-grade copy, First Mephisto. And he gave me a Thor 166, the Warlock. He had the black cover. He wouldn't budge. He wanted $100 for it. He said if I wanted, he would give it to me for like $70 cash, or deduct $70 off of the $380. So I could have got $300. But I wasn't there for books. I was there for money. I just have a thing for I just love this book. So this book I really grabbed because I figured I could get at least $50 for this book. So in my mind, I got $380 plus $50, so I'm happy. I walked with $430. For all the books I got, I walked with $430 and this, and in my mind, this is cash already. So that's how I'm doing it. So the reason I am selling all these books, I made $1,400. The next day I went to a show. I made $650 in 5 minutes selling books to a dealer. Is because Nick was kind enough, so my friend Nick, he has an extensive artwork collection. He has this cover I love forever, and I don't haunt him for it, but he knows I really want it, I'm passionate about it. He finally allowed me the opportunity to buy it, and he gave me such a price, like, way below market value. Like, he's just a good guy. Don't get me wrong, it's still a chunk of money, but he gave it to me for way less than he could have got if he let it rip at auction. So without further ado, you guys saw it already on Facebook and Instagram. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I couldn't contain it. But look at this. Amazing. Web of Spider-Man, number 45. Original cover. Alex Saviuk. Inks by Frank Giacomo. Some say he's the best inker ever. I'm not well versed enough in the inkers to say yes or no, but I do love it. Look at the line work on this, like the detail to make all those lines converge on the sun, the silhouette of the Vulture, the heat beating down and Vulture on Spidey's back. I love this comic growing up. I don't know why. I've read it a bunch of times. They were on a plane in the desert. The Vulture made the plane crash, and he's trying to pick them off one by one. Spidey's webs are useless because there's no buildings to swing from. It even says down here, look, inker. Like, I guess he didn't know who was going to ink it, so he just said inker. Please keep radiating lines in the background of the sun, equal weight with no outline of the sun. So the inker did his job. He listened. So for those of you who don't know, this is these are stats. This is basically a copy of what it would look like, because people like to make the art look exactly as close as possible as the comic. Back in the day, they used to draw these on the comics, but then as the years went on, they would leave it blank and they would just, you know, superimpose it in with the computer. So there are guys who match these up perfectly. So here we have the stats. Like, I could rip that off and rip this off. Yeah, there'll be a little glue on there, but I could get that removed if I wanted. But why? I love it with it on it. It makes it look just like the comic. So I've been selling like a banshee to pay this stuff off. I got a bunch more stuff to sell. Now, I know what you're thinking, because I've been thinking it too. Like, if this was prison, I would be worried, because this guy, Nick, he gave me the 2 Aquaman, he gave me the Carnage gift, and then he gave me this at a great price. I mean, if this was prison, I would stay away from the laundromat and the shower all the time, because you would expect this guy is wanting his check cashed, and he wants a little reciprocation. But it's not like that. He's really just a great guy. You know, he sees the passion, and, you know, we just get along, and it's a good time, you know, to find somebody who shares your passion and real. You know, why do we do our videos? Because there's so many people you relate to on the YouTube about our hobby. In real life, you don't have them, and, you know, we have it in person, so it's awesome. We meet up for the shows, we go for lunch, we bullshit about comics and art. That's it. Jimmy C signing off. I recommend the Secaucus Art Show. It's the beginning of April. Highly recommend you attend if you can. That's it. See you guys. See Big E's. I see you Sunday, and hopefully Manny too. Take care, guys.